I've made a lot of progress since then. And my response is always, yes, that's it. They're not seeing the same results that you're seeing.
Bro.
What can happen is that you also increase your risk of injuries.
The downsides of building muscle, I'd say is...
So number one is definitely going to be body dysmorphia and unrealistic expectations. So if you've been in the gym for some time now, or maybe if you're just beginning, it's likely that you've dealt with some form of body dysmorphia. And this one kind of just sneaks up on you because one day you're like feeling proud, you're feeling good about your progress. And then the next day you just don't feel big enough or lean enough or whatever it is. And personally, I used to compare myself to guys like Simeon Panda and other social media bodybuilders. And I didn't realize that a lot of these guys were enhanced and using PEDs and steroids. And that's why I think so many people turn to taking PEDs, because they're chasing this illusion. So we have to remember that social media shows us the absolute best in the world. Even if you are in great shape, you're comparing yourself to the top 1%. It's like playing basketball and you're constantly comparing yourself to LeBron James or Michael Jordan. It's just unfair. So I just like to remind myself that comparison is the thief of joy. And rather than comparing myself to other people, I just compare myself to who I was yesterday, and I've made a lot of progress since then. And ironically enough, this actually leads into my second point, which is the next downside, being accused of being on steroids. And this one is especially frustrating because on one hand, it is kind of a compliment because people are saying that you have an impressive physique, or so much so that they believe you're using drugs. But it also, on the other hand, is kind of like a backhanded compliment because it's really undermining a lot of the effort and discipline and time and effort that you put into achieving your results. And I get it, because I think some people need to believe that you're on steroids, or like believe that you're enhanced, because they're not seeing the same results that you're seeing or the same amount of progress. I guess I could kind of empathize with that. But if they saw the amount of time, the discipline, the consistency, and all the things that went into achieving this, like it wasn't like an overnight success story, like it was multiple years and hours and reps in the gym, then they'd understand that it's not magic. It's just, it really is just consistency and dedication to a goal. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Better than I expected. I was a little skeptical, but yeah, as you guys can see, I usually don't put a lot of water in my protein shakes because I just don't like drinking a lot of volume. So I just put like a little bit of water, and then what really helps is having this blender because it helps mix it up really well. But yeah, it just reduces the amount of volume that I have to drink. And with the coconut water, not bad. It tasted pretty normal, and it has like the added electrolytes, so that also getting that benefit. Okay guys, gotta get into work, but the third downside that really probably is my biggest pet peeve is people asking for workout plans just to never use them. So this one really bothers me because people will bother and bug me until I create them a workout plan. And when I finally create it for them and I give it to them, their response is always, and I kid you not, always without a doubt, that's it. And my response is always, yes, that's it. Building muscle is actually very simple. It's just boring, repetitive, and hard. And I have a theory that that's why a lot of people don't see results, is because they think they have to do extremes in order to get results, when in reality, the realities of building muscle is actually very simple. So I used to give out free workout plans, but I've stopped because I realized that people need to have skin in the game. They need to make some sort of investment in order to take it seriously. But all right, guys, gotta get into work. It is also freezing out here. My God, I think it's supposed to snow in the next couple of days. But today I'm doing some ortho cases, and then I'm doing some urology cases. And I also have a student today, which is always interesting, but it should be a good day. When I get back, we'll get into the last two downsides. All right, guys, heading to the gym. Gonna go get this workout in with my boy Ferdinand and Leslie. These guys been working out for a minute too, so we'll see what their take is on the downsides of building muscle. Let's get to the gym.
It's all good. We'll do like 3 sets. Keep it short.
All right, guys. So Ferd is gonna tell us his downside of building muscle.
The downsides of building muscle, I'd say, is attractive men. You don't get as many women as you think you would. You actually attract more men than you do women. Can I say pause right here? Pause. I didn't mean attract men. I mean, like, you know, more men are gonna come to you like, hey bro, how you get this big? Please, if you wanna attract women, come to my page. @Deuce.
So downside of building muscle, I'll probably say it has to be with once you see results, you tend to overcompensate. You might tend to ego lift a little bit, and you kind of risk your form. What can happen is that you also increase your risk of injuries.
My another point is, if you're African, then your mom starts getting mad at you like, yo, you're lifting too much. Bro, why are you being macho? Too much, bro.
Okay, guys, so the next downside of building muscle is definitely going to be building off of what Ferdinand was talking about, which is you getting unwanted attention. I think most of the attention that people think that they'll get when they start working out, the majority of it is from other guys. And not saying that's a bad thing. I think it's like the way that like guys tend to respect each other is through their physiques and what you're able to achieve physically, especially if you've been working out. If you're working out, just understand that you're going to be attracting mainly men. If I post like my gym progress pictures, whatever it is, on my Instagram stories, 99% of the people who respond to it are guys, and they're usually like, bro, you got really big, this and that, which is cool, but just remember that like that's what that is. And this actually leads into the last point, which is that it can become more difficult to find clothes that fit. T-shirts start to get a little tight. Pants, like, you could just forget it. That's why if I find a pair of jeans that fit well, I usually buy it if it's affordable, because I know that's very, very difficult for me to find pants that fit. So if I find pants that fit, especially dress shirts are always super tight around my underarms, my chest, and my arms. So if I find like a nice dress shirt with stretchy material, then I usually make sure to buy it, or like save the brand to buy it later, because those can be harder to find. Like, even at work, I wear scrubs, and I used to wear medium scrubs when I was a student, but since I've been like working out, I've had to upsize my scrubs, so now I have to wear a large or extra large. Yeah, it's just like, it's an unexpected thing. I guess it's not even like a downside, it's more of just like an inconvenience that comes as you start to build muscle. So the big question is it still worth it? And you guys already know it is 100% worth it. And it comes to a point where the aesthetics becomes secondary and lifting just becomes a part of your identity, and the external benefits are really just secondhand to the internal benefits that you develop along the way. Increased confidence, the mental health benefits, increased resilience and dedication and discipline, and also finding a community of like-minded people to help you push you towards your goals. I think the biggest one for me has actually been the like-minded community and being able to connect with people on a deeper level through like a shared interest. I think some of my best conversations and a lot of my friendships recently have really developed from going to the gym with people and working out with people. This is a really good time to exchange thoughts and be vulnerable, kind of, in a way, because you realize that you both have a lot of shared interests, because people who go to the gym, especially consistently, tend to have a lot more in common than you think. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Comment down below if you've experienced any of these or any other downsides as you've been building muscle. And if you found any value, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.